Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we will start with the final tutorial number 8, technique of integration. In this chapter, we will study the two types of integration, integration by substitution and integration by part. In two techniques, to find definite integration or indefinite integration, and some application to find, for example, the area by integration. Okay. In the first slide, we have some review of the rules differentiation and rules of integration. Okay. We already study more rules. This is just shorted or some rules. This is not all rules for differentiation and integration. Okay. If we have some integration like this one, I need a slide. Okay. If we have some integral of g of f of gx and the g prime of x outside of the function f, how can use the technique of integration to find the integral? We need to convert this integration to this formula, just integral FLU with du. How can convert this one? By doing some techniques. So integral by substitution. Firstly, we have integral f composite g of x and multiply by g prime of x. Okay. Now, we need to convert this integration to another formula that integral just FLU du. Okay. Now, first step, we need to substitute or let u equal g of x. Okay, this one. We suppose that g of x is u. And find the derivative of both sides. So we have du equal g prime of x dx. So we can replace du with g prime x dx. Okay, or we can doing that. What's the value of dx? The value of dx equal du over g prime of x. Now we need to substitute two things. The first one, g of x that equal u. So we need to substitute two things, g of x and d of x. Okay. Substitute the replace g of x with u, and we have g prime of x. And what's the value of dx? Dx equal du over g prime of x. Now we can remove g prime with g prime, so we have in the final formula FLU du. So we convert this formula to this formula. Okay, by what? By substitution. Substitution what? Substitution the u that equal g. Now, what is the case to apply this technique? We have some cases. For example, if we have the brackets, inside the brackets gx, okay, all to the power n, and we have g prime, that derivative inside the brackets, multiplied by this brackets. So we must using the substitution, okay, integral by substitution. For example, for this case, like this, we have x and x squared minus 5 to the power, for example, 5, okay, dx. Look at this. What's the derivative of x squared minus 5? This equal 2x. 2x, we can find the x outside the brackets. Okay, so we substitute or suppose the x squared minus 5 that equal u. U equal x squared minus 5. So we need to substitute g, u equal g of x. This is the first case. The second case, if we have the radical, okay, g of x, and outside of radical we have g prime of x dx. Okay, example for this, if we have radical like this, radical x to the power 3 plus 1, and in the numerator, for example, x squared dx. Now here we can suppose that inside the roots equal u. So suppose that inside the roots x to the power 3 plus 1 equal what? U. Okay, this is the second case. Also, maybe we have the e to the power g of x, and this multiplied by g prime dx. Okay, so if we have e to the power g of x, we need to suppose that u equal g. Okay, example about this, if we have, for example, e to the power x squared, and we have 5x outside the or multiply by e to the power x squared. We focus in the x. Okay, the coefficient of x, we can put it outside the integral, no problem. But we focus on the x and the power of x. Okay, here we substitute the u equal g of x. Okay, we need to suppose u equal g of x to solve this case. Also here we suppose that x squared equal u. Another case, if we have sine or cosine, if we have, for example, sine x or sine g of x and a sine multiplied by g prime, okay, dx. Here, for example, look at this sine, inside the sine, for example, ex, okay, and outside ex dx. Here we suppose the g of x equal u, or inside the sine, the angle of the sine, suppose equal u. Okay, and outside of the sine we have the derivative. Okay, this is the cases. We take one by one. Okay, example for this example, find number 1 integral, for example, 3x and x squared minus 5 all to the power, for example, 3 dx. Okay, number 2 integral of x over radical 3x square plus 1 dx. Number 3 cosine x and e to the power sine x, like this, dx. Number 4 sine e to the power 2x, and outside the 3 e to the power 2x. Okay, and put it the definite integration. Number 5, for example, the integral from 0 to 1, 5 over 2x plus 1 all to the power 3. Okay, like this. Number 1, if we have like this example, and we can see the derivative inside the brackets equal to x, so we found x outside the brackets. Okay, so we must use the what? We must use the integral by substitution. Okay, now we need to suppose u equal what? U equal what in this case? Equal 3x or x squared minus 5? X squared minus 5. Good, Yarim. X squared minus 5. Okay, this is the first step. Must be let u with proper the if we have a brackets, put it outside the brackets. If we have e to the power this is u or in sine u or in radical, like this. Okay, suppose u inside the sign, power of exponential, inside the roots, inside the brackets. Okay, now find the derivative for both sides. Derivative of u du, derivative of 2x x squared minus 5 2x dx. Now we need to find dx. What's the value of dx? dx equal what? du over 2x. Now we need to substitute two things, u and dx. Okay, now the 3x x squared minus 5 to the power 3 dx, this equal 3x, and this is u to the power 3, this one. Okay, and dx equal what? du over 2x. So again we need to substitute two things. What is these things? u and dx. What's the value of u? X squared minus 5. So remove x squared minus 5, put it u. What's the value of dx? We need to convert the integration by one variable that equal u. Okay, with respect with u. Okay, now go back to the solution. So we can remove here now. We can remove the x with x. So we have 3 over 2 outside the integral. This is 3 in numerator and this is 2 in denominators. So we have 3 over 2 outside the integral, and we have u to the power 3 du inside the integration. Okay, now this is very easy to find the integral. This is equal 3 over 2, and what's the integral u to the power 3? This equal u to the power 4 over 4. Just add the 1 on the exponent, so we have u to the power 4, and divide by the new power that equal 4. Okay? No, don't forget plus c. Now, the example with respect to x. After finish the integration, we have with respect to u. So we must return with respect to x. So we have 3, and in denominator 2 multiply 4 equal 8. What's the value of u? The value of u equal x squared minus 5 to the power 4. That plus c, the constant of integration. Okay, any question? Any question? This is very easy technique to find the advanced integration. Okay. كيف أجت الأربعة؟ يا عايشة، يعني هاي ريم جاوبتك. مش احنا التكامل يو قوة ان مثلا او اكس قوة ان بشكل عام دي اكس، مش حكينا اكس ان بلس 1 على ان بلس 1، واكثر من مرة قلت لكم ما حدا يجيني محاضرة وهو مش مراجع قوانين مهمة قبليها. هاي اخذناها، استخدمناها المحاضرة الماضية واخذناها المحاضرة اللي قبليها كمان. تمام يا عايشة؟ فهنا اكس قوة 4، الثلاثة اصبحت 4 وقسمنا على الأربعة هذه. طيب نيجي هنا. Why did we put the 3 over 2 out? We can put it inside or outside. So we have one of the rules. If we have a f of x dx, we can put it a outside the. We already given in the not the previous, I think in the first lecture with integration. Okay, we already study these rules. Okay, so any constant we can put it inside or outside the integral. This is not change any thing in the result. Okay يا ملك. ليش ما هذا ضرب يا ملك؟ كيف نضرب البسط في البسط والمقام في المقام؟ عملية الضرب لما يكون عندي A على B ضرب C على D، نضرب البسط في البسط والمقام في المقام، ما في توحيد مقامات هنا يا ملك، هذا ضرب. تمام. طيب أي سؤال آخر؟ أي سؤال آخر؟ Okay. Another example. We need to check this is solved by substitution. Yes. Why? Because inside the roots equal 6x. We can find the x outside the roots. So this is by substitution. Okay. Now the value of u equal what? This is x, or 3x squared plus 1, or radical 3x squared plus 1. What's the value of u? Good. So inside the roots, only inside the roots, 3x squared plus 1. The derivative of both sides, we have du equal 6x dx. So the value of dx equal du over 6x. Okay, now we have two importance: the value of u, the value of x. We need to substitute in the integral. We have integral x over radical 3x squared plus 1 dx. Now after change the or substitute the u and dx, we have x over radical u, and the value of dx equal du over 6x. Now, after remove the x with x, we can put it the 1 over 6 outside the integral, and inside the integral we have radical u in denominators. Radical u in denominator, this is equal u to the power half. When rising the u to the power half to numerator, so we have u to the power negative half du. Look at this integral or previous integral. We have only with respect with u. We don't have any x, okay? Only with u. So now we can find the integral 1 over x equal u to the power half. When add 1 to negative half, we have half over half plus what? Plus c. Denominator of denominator equal numerator, so we have 2 u to the power half over 6 plus c. Now return the value of u equal 3x squared plus 1, so we have 3x squared plus 1 all to the power half, and we can remove 2 with 6, that equal 3 by divide by 2 plus c. Also we can put it as another formula. This is radical 3x squared plus 1 over 3 plus c. Okay, any question? Any question? Now we have e to the power sine x. The derivative of sine x equal cosine x, that we can find it outside or multiply by e to the power sine. Now this is, we can solve it by substitution. The u equal sine x. To find the derivative, du equal cosine x dx. Now dx equal du over cosine x. Okay, when return to the integral and substitute the two values u and dx equal e to the power u, the sign replaced with u, and dx equal du over cosine x. We can remove cosine with cosine, so we have very easy integral e to the power u. E to the power u equal e to the power u. This is the same. Okay, plus what? Plus c. Okay, retain the value of u with respect to x. We have sine x, e to the power sine x plus c. Any question? Any question? Okay, number 4. Number 4, look at this. We have sine. Before we have sine, cosine, but cosine x, this is very easy. Cosine x, not function other than x inside the cosine. But here we have inside the cosine, we have e to the power 2x. The derivative of e to the power x to e to the power 2x, that we can find it multiply by sine. So here we need to we need to suppose that u equal e to the power the angle of the sine, because the sign, not sine x or cosine x, and we have another x inside the sine or cosine. So u equal the angle du equal 2e to x dx. Now the value of dx equal du over 2e to the power 2x. Return to the integral sine e to the power 2x dx. We have 3 e to the power 2x sine u, and dx equal du over 2e to the power 2x. We can remove e to the power 2x with e to the power 2x, and we have number 3 over 2 outside the integral and sine u du. Now the integral of sine u equal negative cosine, so we have 3 over 2 multiplied by negative cosine lu, negative cosine lu plus c. Now we have negative 3 في cosine, and the value of u equal e to the power 2x all over 2 plus c, like this. Any question? Okay. Sometimes we need to apply the substitute integration by substitution, like we have definite integration. So after find the integration and return with respect to x, we can substitute 1 and 0. Okay, so firstly find the integration without the bounded of integration, without 0 and 1, and return the result of integration with respect to x. After that, substitute 1 and substitute 0 with difference between them, the values. Okay, now here the differentiation of 2x plus 1, this is constant, so this is very easy to suppose u equal 2x plus 1. Okay, now du equal 2 dx, so the value of dx equal du over 2. Now return to the integral without bounded of integration, okay, to the power 3 dx. Now 5 and u to the power 3, that equal u, 2x plus 1 equal u, and dx equal du over 2. Here we can put it the 5 over 2 outside the integral and raise the u to the power 3 to the numerator, that become u to the power negative 3 du. Now this is very easy to find the integral. This is equal 5 over 2 u to the power minus 3 plus 1 equal minus 2 over minus 2. Okay, now this equal what? This equal 5 over, we have negative, because the 2 multiply negative 2 equal negative 4. Put the negative in front of the fraction. We have 5 over 4 after multiply the 2 with 2 and put it u in the denominators. Okay, like this. So we have negative 5 over 4 multiplied by the value of u square, that equal 2x plus 1. Okay, now we need to substitute 1 and 0. After that, after return to the with respect to x, okay, here we can substitute 1 and 0, that already given in the example. Okay, now substitute the one negative 5 over 4 and 2 multiply 1 plus 1 to the 3 to the power 2 equal 9. Okay, minus 5 over 4 multiply 2 multiply 0 plus 1 square. Okay, 1 square equal 1. So we have minus 5 over 36 plus negative equal positive 5 over 4, like this. Okay, now we have addition, so multiply by 9 to the common denominators. So we have 36 and minus 5 plus 45, that equal 40. This is the value of integration. If we need doing more simplify, by divide by 10, oh sorry, 4, we have 10. Divide by 4, we have 9. So this is after simplify. Okay. Any question? Any question? Okay. Another technique, we have integration by part. Okay, wait. This is the integration by part. Wait. Okay. The integration by part, if we have two functions multiplied together, okay, for example, x multiplied by sine x. Look at this, cannot solve it by substitution because the derivative of x equal 1. This is constant, but outside we have x. But if we have, for example, x square, we can solve it by substitution. But if we have sine x, this is the same power, or outside the power greater than inside the sine. So this is integral by part. If we have x multiply sine, or x multiply cosine, like this, or x square multiply by sine, or x square multiply by cosine. Okay, or for example, also if we have x multiply ex, look at the power and the multiply with ex, this is the same power. Okay, or multiply with greater than with power of x greater than of exponent of x, or we have ln x dx. All of these cases we can solve it by by parts. Okay, how can solve it by part? By doing the techniques. We let f of x, okay, find the f prime of f of x, and let we have g, and find the integral of g that equal antiderivative g of x capital. Okay, this is equal integral of gx. Don't forget that this is g prime, g capital, this is equal integral of gx. Now the value of f of x multiplied by g of x equal the number 1, this is number 1, and this is number 2. Number 1 multiply f with g capital, this is number 1, multiply f of x with g of x capital, minus, and number 2 multiply f prime with g capital under the integration sign, f prime with g of x. So by use this technique we can solve these examples. Okay, also we have we can apply the by parts by easy way. I put it the two ways to find, for example, in the first example I put it some example. Wait, example, find number 1 x, and for example e to the power 2x dx. Look at the degree of the power equal 1. The degree multiplied by e equal also 1. Okay. Number 2, x square في e to the power negative x dx. The degree of the e, the power of e equal 1, and multiply by x square. So this is greater than of exponent. But if we have, for example, e to the power x square, this is by substitution. Okay, but if we have x square and this is 1, because the derivative of ex not equal outside. But if we have x square here, the derivative of the power 2x, so we can find the x multiplied by e. So this is can be substitution, but in our example this is by part. Okay, this is the difference between the by part and by substitution. Look at the number 3. If we have, for example, 3x multiplied by sine 2x, this is by part because the derivative of the angle equal 2. Okay, constant, but we have here not constant, we have x. But if I change the sign, not put it 2x, put it x square, this is by substitution. Why? Because the derivative of the angle 2x, and we can find the x outside the sign. So this is by substitution. But the example number 3, our example, this is by part. Also, I can put it some number 4, the definite integral from 1 to e for linear x dx. This is also by part. Return to the first one and start to find the result. Here, this is by part. Now, we need to suppose f of x that the derivative of f of x, we can go to the constant, and we put it g of x that we can find the integral by easy way. So we can substitute. This is 1 f of x that equal x, and this is g of x that we can find the integral with no, this is dx, okay, with dx. This is very easy to find the integration, okay, we don't have any problem, okay, and this is when find the derivative, this is called to the constant. So always f of x that goes to the constant or can remove the x, okay, and g of x we can find the integral without any problem. Now f prime equal 1 and g of x that integral equal, what's the integral, e to the power 2x, this is the same over the coefficient of the x, okay, this is dx, okay. Now multiply f with the integral x e to the power 2x dx equal, number 1, multiply f of x with g capital, so we have x multiply e to the power 2x over 2, okay, minus the integral of f prime multiply by g capital, so we have 1 multiply e to the power 2x over 2 dx, okay. Now this is already finished, this is equal x e to the power 2x over 2, and in another part the integration we can find it by e to the power 2x over 2 multiply by 2, because this is 1 over 2, this is the constant, the integral of e to the power 2x equal e to the power 2x over 2, okay, plus c, so we have x e to the power 2x over 2 minus e to the power 2x over 4 plus c. This is the final result, okay. Now how can find the integration by another way? We have integral x and e to the power 2x dx. This is the first function, put it x. This is the second, e to the power 2x. Which one after a derivative we can go to the constant? This is the first, x. So the derivative, we find the derivative of the first function. Derivative of x equal 1. Derivative of 1 equals 0 and stop, okay. Another function e to the power 2x, we need to find the integral. The integral of e to the power 2x equal e to the power 2x over 2. Another integration, what's the integration of e to the power 2x over 2? This is equal e to the power 2x over 4, okay, and stop on the 0, okay. Now put it the line like this, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, like this, okay, and put it positive, negative, okay, positive, negative, and so on. So the integral equal, multiply with the first with the second, so we have x e to the power 2x over 2 minus multiply 1 with e to the power 2x over 4 and put it after that the value or the constant c. So this is two way to find the integral by part. Okay, any question? Any question? So we can use this technique if we have exponential function with x. Okay, now look at another example. Another example, if we have x squared multiply e to the power negative x, we need to apply the by part 2y's. Okay, so the solution equal f of x equal x squared and g of x equal e to the power minus x. Okay, لحظة شوي عشان البطارية. Okay, now the derivative of f prime equal to x. Integral of g equal g capital, that equal minus e minus x, e to the power minus x. Now multiply, this is equal negative x squared e to the power negative x minus multiply 2x with يعني negative 2x في e to the power minus x dx. Negative negative equal positive, so remove this negative. Okay, now this one again we need to find this integration by part, so apply by part the second time. Okay, so f of x here and g of x e to the power minus x again. F of x equal to x, f prime of x equal 2, and g of x equal e to the power minus x dx. The g capital of x equal minus e minus x, like this. Okay, now multiply by this one, so we have minus x squared e to the power minus x. This is here. Okay, just put it as it is, plus. Now this integration equal the negative 2x e to the power minus x minus the integral of negative 2 e to the power minus x dx. Okay, here we have minus x squared e to the power minus x and minus 2x e to the power minus x, and we have plus negative negative positive integral of 2 e to the power minus x dx. The final result equal minus x squared e to the power minus x minus 2x e to the power minus x and minus 2e to the power minus x plus c, because the integral of e to the power minus x equal minus e to the power minus x, so put it the negative here. Okay, so this is the result of the integration after apply the integration by part in the first time and in the second. Okay, twice time. Okay, now if we need to find directly, put it x squared and e to the power minus x. Now x squared after derivative, this is go to 0. Why? Because the derivative of x squared equal to x. Derivative of 2x equal 2. Derivative of 2 equals 0. Okay. Now, the integral of e to the power minus x equal minus e to the power minus x. Another integral equal e minus x. Another integration equal minus e minus x. Okay. Now, multiply first with the second, second with the third, third with the fourth, and put it positive, negative, positive. The result equal multiply x squared with negative e to the power minus x equal minus x squared e minus x. Now multiply 2x with e to the power minus x, but negative because this is negative. Okay, and 2x multiply negative, multiply this one, we have negative 2x e minus x. Okay, now multiply 2 with positive, 2 with negative, so we have negative 2 e to the power minus x. After that, put it plus c. So this is the same result. Okay, this one and this one, this is the same. Okay, so we can use any way to find this integration. Any question? Any question? الطريقة الثانية إنه هذه f of x وهذه g of x. في العمود الأول تعافف x بنضل نشتق لحد ما نوصل للكونستانت زيرو. في العمود الثاني بنضل نكامل يعني هذه تكامل، أما هذه اشتقاق دي على دي اكس. تمام، بنضل نشتق لحد ما نوصل زيرو. هنا بنضل نكامل لحد ما نوصل اللاين تبع الزيرو. الآن بنحط الأسهم، بهذا الشكل مثل ما احنا شايفينه، الأول مع الثاني، الثاني مع الثالث، والثالث مع الرابع، وبنحط بلس ماينس بلس ماينس بلس ماينس. شو ما كان عددهم بوزيتيف نيجاتيف بوزيتيف نيجاتيف بالتناوب. الآن نضرب إكس تربيع مع موجب مع هذا، كل هذا بنضربهم مع بعض بكون الناتج الأول. تمام، نضرب 2 إكس مع سالب مع هذه بيطلع سالب اللي هو الناتج الثاني. نضرب 2 مع موجب 2 مع سالب بيطلع هذا الناتج الثالث، وهكذا. تمام. In the exam, yes, you can use the second. This is يعني this way we can use it in the exam and solve anything. Okay. يا مين اللي سأل؟ جاد. Next. إذا بالخروج للظرف طارئ. عبد الرحمن. أوكي يا عبد الرحمن. في كمان أحمد فوق، ما في مشكلة. نيجي لنمبر 3. Number 3, f of x equal what? Equal 3x. So f prime equal 3. Now g of x equal sine 2x. G capital of x equal, this is the same, sine 2x over 2, the coefficient of x. Okay. Now f multiplied by g, so we have 3x sine 2x over 2 minus integral f prime multiply g, that equal 3 sine 2x over 2 dx. Okay. Now we can put it the 3x sine 2x over 2, this is as it is without integration, minus, put it the constant outside the integral. So now we need to just find the integral of sine 2x. This equal sine 2x over 2 minus 3 over 2 multiply the integral of sine equal sorry. This is integral minus cosine. Sorry. Minus cosine. Wait. So this is minus cosine. Minus cosine. Cosine, negative become positive. So this is minus cosine and negative, so put it positive. Okay. Now the integral of cosine 2x, that equal sine 2x over 2 plus what? Plus c. So the final result equal minus 3x cosine 2x over 2 plus 3 sine 2x over 4 to multiply 2 equal 4. So this is the final result. How can solve it by another way? Put it the 3x and put it the sine 2x. The derivative of 3x equals 3. Derivative of 3 equals 0. The integral of sine equal negative cosine 2x over 2. The integral of negative cosine, negative sine. Okay, 2x over 2 and multiply by 2 equal 4. Okay. Now, what is the lines? This is positive and this is negative. So the final result 3 multiply positive, positive multiply negative, negative 3x cosine 2x over 2. Okay. Now 3 multiply negative, so we have positive 3 multiplied by sine 2x over what? Over 4 and plus c. So this is the same result. Okay. Any question? Any question? If we have definite integration like this, to solve the definite integration, firstly find the final result of integration. After that, substitute the e and 1. Okay? So, let f of x equal the nil x. So, f prime of x equal 1 over x. So, this is can be find the derivative by integration. This is very difficult. So, put the g of x equal what? 1 dx. So, the integral of 1 equal what? X. Okay? Now, the result equal linear x multiplied by x. So, we have x linear x minus the integral 1 over x multiplied by x dx. So, we can remove x with x, so we have 1. So, the final result x linear x minus the integral of 1 equal x. After find the final result of integration, now we need to substitute e and 1. Substitute the e. When substitute e, we have e في لين e minus e. Substitute 1, 1 في لين 1 minus 1. And لين 1 equals 0. لين e equal 1. So we have e minus e equal 0 minus 0 minus 1 equal negative 1. So the final result negative 1 equal 1. Okay. سارة كيف طلعنا الجي اوف اكس؟ جي اوف اكس هذه اف، شو ظل جي اوف اكس؟ عندي دي اكس يعني 1 دي اكس. تمام؟ يعني اخذنا كل هذا انه اف اوف اكس. سو الجي اوف اكس اللي هي دي اكس، يعني هي 1 دي اكس 1 دي اكس. تمام؟ Any question? حل هالمثال بطريقة اللين. كيف بطريقة اللين؟ حل هالمثال بطريقة اللين، صح؟ كيف يعني طريقة اللين؟ اللين إذا ورد خصوصا إنه مش داخل أقواس فهو باي بارت، إذا كان داخل أقواس وله قوة باي سبستيوشن. تمام؟ حسب وضع اللين يعني مثلا إذا كان معطيني تكامل مثلا 1 على إكس، معطيني لين الإكس قوة خلينا نحكي 5، فهذا معناها إنه مشتقة اللين موجودة برا هي 1 على إكس، وبالتالي هاي باي سبستيوشن. تمام؟ نفرض هذه يو عشان مشتقة اليو موجودة برا اللي هي يو برايم. تمام؟ فهي حسب. أما إذا كان اللين لوحده، تمام، خصوصا في البسط، فغالبا ما يكون باي بارت. أي سؤال؟ أحيانا ممكن يكون عندي باي بارت باي سبستيوشن بنفس التوقيت. يعني أعطيكم مثال على باي بارت باي سبستيوشن بنفس السؤال. example find the integral of, for example, 5x في خلينا نحكي x minus 7 to the power 4 dx. Now, to find this integration, the derivative inside the brackets cannot find outside, because outside multiplied by x. If we have x squared, this is by substitution directly, but this one, this is by part. Why? Because the degree of inside the brackets, this is the same outside the bracket. Degree 1, degree 1. Okay? Now, firstly, we must doing the by part. By part, the f of x equal 5x, and f prime of x equal what? Equal 5. Now, the g of x equal x minus 7 to the power 4. Now, how can find the g capital? This is integration. So, we must use the by substitution. By substitution, the integral of x minus 7 to the power 4 dx, we must let u equal x minus 7. So, du equal dx. Okay, so dx equal du. Now, we have u to the power 4 and dx equal du. So, this is u to the power 5 over 5. So this is equal, what's the value of u? X minus 7 to the power 5 over 5. So this is the value of the g of x. X minus 7 to the power 5 over 5. Okay. Now we can continue by find another part of by parts. 5x multiplied by x minus 7 to the power 5 over 5 minus, now f prime multiply g equal 5x minus 7 to the power 5 over 5 dx. Remove 5 with 5, so we have x minus 7 to the power 5 minus, remove 5 with 5, and now the integral of the x minus 7 to the power 5 dx. This integration also x minus 7, this is the same by substitution. U equal x minus 7, so dx equal du. Now u to the power 5 du equal u to the power 6 over 6, that equal x minus 7 to the power 6 over 6. This is the value of integration. So this is equal x multiply x minus 7 to the power 5 minus now the integration of x minus 7 to the power 5 equal x minus 7 to the power 6 over 6 plus c. Okay. Any question? Any question? طيب. Now the last example, we have application here. Look at this application. We need to find the area. So we have area 1 and area 2. The zeros, we need to find the zeros of y. The zeros of y, this mean minus x multiply radical 9 minus x square equals 0. So we have x equals 0 or 9 minus x square equals 0. That equal x equal plus minus 3. So we have minus 3 and 0 and 3. So we have two area. We need to find two area. Area 1, area equal area 1 plus area 2. So the area 1, this is the absolute value of integration from minus 3 to 0 of minus x radical 9 minus x squared, that we can solve it by substitution, plus area 2 from 0 to 3 minus x radical 9 minus x squared, that solve it by the same way by substitution. Okay. So this is the zeros. Okay, find the zeros. So we have area 1 and area 2 as mentioned. Now we need to solve it by substitution. How can solve it by substitution? Let 9 minus x squared, that equal u, and du equal minus 2x dx. So the dx equal what? Du over minus 2x. So this integration minus x radical u and du over minus 2x. Remove x with x, negative with negative. So we have half integral of u to the power half that radical. So this is the integration. Find the integration, that equal this one. After substitute, now we need to substitute the 0 and negative 3, 3 and 0. We can find it by substitution the negative 3 and 0. That equal the first area equal 9, the second area equal 9, so the total area equal 18. Okay, so this is easy application to find the area by using by substitution. Any question? At the end of this example, we finish the tutorial number 8 and finish the course Mt129. Any question?